Hey there, y'all. I know it's been a while since I've made a video. Been processing a lot. And honestly, that's why I felt like, okay, it's time to do that again. Whew. Talk about complex PTSD and shit like that. It's no fun. It's no fun. But, one thing I've learned is that a long walk in the forest does wonders for your soul and for your psyche. And if you happen to have some psychedelic mushrooms, that helps the process a lot too. And, and I'll even say, like, the last few times I've had to, just be like, fuck this, I've got to get to the forest, eat mushrooms. I feel like I have to warn people, if you're using mushrooms and forest therapy to deal with PTSD or anything like that, if your experience is anything like mine, it'll get way worse before it gets better. But if you can trust the process and just keep walking, just keep moving, honor and acknowledge and validate whatever wants to come up, hold space for yourself. It feels like with the big shift in consciousness right now, there's a whole lot more grace for us to be people, to be beings, to be flawed. Hold grace for yourself. And yeah, it's a big thing. It's like the way we've been kind of programmed, not even kind of, we've been motherfucking programmed. We've been indoctrinated into a society that is very superficial and surface-based. And, I can accept that that was evolutionary in the development of human consciousness, but it is time to evolve more now. And I really believe with all my heart that so much of it is integrating nature back into our lives. This is the reality. I'm sure I've made videos. I'm still saying it. This is real. This is real. This is real. We want clean water. We want to be able to walk down to the river, any creek, any stream, and drink the water. Like, come on, man. Let's demand our waters be cleaned. And everything. Like, it starts with the water. But there's so much. And without getting into realms, I'm supposed to be doing a class. I've been doing some classes lately. I'm supposed to be doing a class on the sacred dimension of the stage. And I don't know if it's going to happen, if people will sign up. But it's really gotten me into, just the whole, thought of what is a dimension. Even started writing a song. What is a dimension? What is a dimension? So ooh, and I love that a woodpecker beating new rhythms into your life right now, all of our lives. What is a dimension? It's I looked it up, what is the definition? There are different definitions. It started with a point and then 2 points that make a line. And, so we can get into all these mathematical, physics kinds of dimensions. But then realizing that being in nature, being in the forest, that's a dimension. But the minute you step foot on the pavement and go back into human fabricated reality, that's a dimension. But there are multiple dimensions within dimensions, and started thinking about it there are different facets of our minds, and each of them are a different dimension. And then Facebook, it's a dimension, YouTube, there are all these different things. So, I wasn't doing this to make a promo for my class or whatever, but it is fun, it's gotten me thinking how do I present the sacred dimension of the stage? And there is something magical about the stage. And I've often said, like, where else in the world can you get away with acting like that? But then my intention with teaching that sort of thing is that all the world's a stage. And so you can create that dimension anywhere you are. And it does take courage to get on stage, but it also takes courage to be at the grocery store and decide it's time to sing. But you'll make someone's day if you do it. A lot of people might go scattering because they don't want attention drawn to themselves. But then sometimes people will find you from aisles over. I had to find who was singing. You know, the forest, if you go out and sing to the forest and really just open up, it's amazing to, it's a really good way to find, find, I don't know if that's the word I want to say, discover, recognize, I like recognize how interconnected we are with nature, with trees especially. Yay. I love little tree friends. We gotta hug the trees. Thank you, tree friend. And go out and sing anything you want to. You know, you make up your own songs. Sometimes the forest will teach you songs too. I've got a favorite one. Sacred Mother, oh, Sacred Mother, bless the spirit of the earth. And so coming right back to what I started with about like PTSD and all of that stuff, that in itself is a dimension, you know. I'm in therapy and I think it's helping somehow in people holding space and bearing witness and having tools and allowing it to be. It helps to bring recognition to it. So I've noticed that with PTSD episodes, I'll get looped on a thought or a feeling. And it can be either one, a thought or a feeling. A big recurring trigger is after my brother died, my stepmother attacked me. Not just verbally, she attacked me. And that's been a big, it's been a big trauma that's been on loop, let alone my brother dying, you know. And, but I'm not gonna not talk about it because fuck that. Why? To protect someone who attacked me? Whatever. So, you know, and then I've had more recently, there's been more deaths, and I think that's when I just stopped making videos. Because it's hard to lose people you love. It hurts so bad, you know. And so, you know, I guess it's been a long time since I've turned on the camera and something said do it. And I don't know. If anybody watches this, if anybody wants to talk about it, you know, I always intend that this is a safe space. And then also classes, I've been thinking of putting it online, making a palm reading class available online and candle magic class, and I don't know. That's been part of it too, thinking of rebranding and all that stuff, but sometimes it's so easy just to be like, well, maybe I'll start making videos again tomorrow. I don't know what y'all been up to. Anyway, I guess I'll finish my hike. I think by the time I'm done today, I'll have done like 11 miles, and it's way better. I almost felt like I wish I would have recorded the state I was in when I started the hike, just to see what a difference the forest can make. But you at least get the end result. Ooh, I've had spiders and all kinds of bugs crawling on me today. It's been wonderful. Saw a little snake. It was so cute. Okay, I have to tell one more little silly thing. So on Facebook, there's a snake identification group. I'm sure there's more than one, but somebody asked about a particular snake, and I wish I could remember what it's called, but apparently it's like a possum. It fakes its own death when it's scared. And somebody called it a drama noodle. So now every time I see a snake, no matter what snake, it's a drama noodle. I love that they're called noodles. All right. It just made me smile. But I saw a little black snake, had like a little white ring around its neck. I looked it up. Of course, I don't remember names, but it was harmless. All right. Now my walking stick is acting silly. All right. I think I'll go ahead and end it there, and hopefully encourage everybody. It doesn't have to be a PTSD thing. Just go out in nature, connect with the trees, make friends, feel the love, share the love, sing a song, make everywhere your stage, be weird and spread kindness. All right, that's all I have. Peace and love until next time. Phil, turn off.